Hey there and welcome to this very special video today where I'm gonna take you on a behind the scenes tour of my new studio/office here in Zurich, and I'll show you all the different shooting setups that I've come up with here in this space. Coming up. What's going on, underwater filmmakers? Thank you so much for tuning in again. Now, some of you might know that I have moved into a new office/studio space a couple of months ago, which is the space that we're in right now. I've wanted to take you on a tour of this place for a long time, but I first needed to figure out all the different shooting setups, scenarios, etc. before I was actually able to do this. It's taken me a while to do that, but now I think I've figured it all out, so I thought it is a good time to take you on a behind the scenes tour now. All in all, I've got 4 different shooting setups that I've come up with in this small space, and I want to take you around and show you all these 4 setups, and then also I want to know from you which one you like the best at the end of the video. So stick around and let me know in the comment section below which one of the 4 settings that I'll present to you like the best. Right, so let's get right into setup number 1, which is this setup here. Now, this is my main setup that I use for most of my talking head videos, like this one here. I've got one single camera that I use in this setup, which is kind of behind the monitor that you can't really see right now. It is a Canon M50 Mark II, which does a great job recording these videos. I don't record internally. I've got an HDMI cable running to my Ninja V, and I record in ProRes on the Ninja V. It just makes the whole workflow a little easier for me. Now, when we talk about lights, I've got a key light that's coming from this side here, as you can obviously see. Now, this is a Aperture 100D with a Light Dome Mini. The reason I chose Light Dome Mini is because I don't really have a lot of space in that corner, and fitting a normal Light Dome in there would have just not been practical. So I've chosen the Light Dome Mini for that. I've got a fill light or a headlight, which is just at the back there. This is also an Aperture 100D, and this actually is fitted with a light dome, the normal regular light dome. You can also see the little lights at the back there in the background on the curtain. These are just some practical lights to get some atmosphere into the shot. And on this side, up in the corner behind a cupboard, there is a other light, which is an LED panel that puts some light onto the back wall and onto the turtle image there, and just lightens up the entire image and balances that image a little bit better. Now, the lights are the same ones that I use for all the settings that I'll present to you in this video. I just rearranged the lights to accommodate the needs for every one of the different settings. That's it, that's setting number 1. Let's go and have a look at setting number 2. And here we go. That's my second setup that I'm using quite frequently here in my studio. It's a 1 camera setup, so I'm only using my Canon C200, and I use 1 light, which is the key light over here, that gives some light onto my face and onto the setting. We've got a second light up here in the corner, which is illuminating the wall right next to me there with the turtle picture on it. It's also putting some light onto the shelf behind me and onto the back of my head. It's a pretty basic setup, but I personally really like this setup and the look of this setup. So let's have a look at the next one, setup number 3. This is what setup number 3 looks like. This is my 2-person interview setup. So if I have a guest on one of the shows, I use this setup to film it. We've got 1 main camera, that's the one that I'm looking at right now, and then we've also got 2 individual cameras capturing a close-up of each of the people sitting on these chairs. We've got, when it comes to lighting, we've got 1 main light that is pointed onto the first person. We've got a second light here that is pointed onto the second person, and we've got a third light, an LED panel right here on the wall that is pointing towards the back wall and illuminating the turtle picture at the back there. and we've also got the little lights by the curtain on this side of the room. I also have a monitor that is right in between two of the cameras that we can use to just project stuff onto it that we are actually looking at while we're talking to the cameras, stuff that is important, or even a script that is gonna help us follow through the episode that we're recording. All right, let's get to the last setting, setting number 4. And this is setting number 4. This is where I normally take all my product shots and product clips. I just recently got that little water basin there to take some clips in there or use it for product photography, which works quite nicely. And we've got the light there. We have a single light to illuminate that space. And I've also got another boom stand. If I want to have the light coming from straight down, I can do that as well. And obviously place different lights there if I need to. And this part over here, that's my editing space that I use to edit all my videos for my YouTube channel, as well as the client work that I do. All right, let's get back to setting number 1. And here we are again. So those were the 4 shooting setups that I use here in my new studio in Zurich. Now I want to know which one of those settings did you like the best? Which one should I use most often to shoot my videos here? Really curious to hear your thoughts about that down in the comment section below. And that's it already for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this little exclusive tour behind the scenes here in my studio in Zurich. If you did enjoy today's video, hit that like button and also consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. Thanks so much for watching, thanks so much for your time, and next time we'll be talking again about filming underwater. Take care, and I'll see you next time.